Where should we go for our next trip?
I want to go someplace warm.
Vacation has officially started.
I hate this place. You want to get a drink?
What happened to Dry Fall?
Dry Fall.
The two of you are so good together. We've seen you before in other things. Tina, your writing is so precise and observant. And Will, you really lean into the absurdity and heart. And I'm wondering, how did that mix between the two of you play in shaping Kate and Jack? Because they're so believable, they're so endearing, and they really are such a cute couple. And then we start to see these, like, you know, ebbs and flows. And we can get into spoilers, of course.
Yeah. Well, thank you for binging the whole thing. That's makes me very, very happy to hear. I think for us to play a married couple, we obviously have known each other for like almost 30 years, right? Because of SNL. We are super comfortable with each other. You know, we had never really done stuff where we played opposite each other before, but people at SNL, like, you're just family. You just are like, there's just a comfort level. And I also kind of knew, like, oh, it's great, it's Will. I don't care how I look. And it'll just be super easy. And the other thing that I think is so great about Will is we all know how insanely funny he is, but he also is a really lovely actor and full of heart, and he brings so much sweetness to this part. I think people are really gonna they're just really gonna finally love you.
Oh.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it is interesting. Like, we have known each other for so long, but then there's something, you know, a little nerve-wracking about having a kiss scene with somebody you've known for so long. But it leads to, it's less weird than like having a kissing scene with somebody you don't know at all.
It's so much less weird. Because I think we literally could have been like, hey, does my mouth taste weird? Like, we could have just been like, does my breath stink? Like, it just was very...
It never did. Very fresh breath. Very nice spelling face.
Very fresh bologna right before.
But it's also weird when, you know, her husband was on set.
Oh, yeah.
For a lot of this stuff, I'd, be having to,
That's right.
Kiss her and grind up against.
We didn't have to do very much of that. But like the one scene my husband was directing, and then on the fly we were like, I was like, I think we should take our shirts off. And Will was like, okay. And I think you had a moment where you're like, is this their kink? Are they weirdos?
There were a lot of scenes where I found the two of you were so complimentary to each other. Like, Tina, you would have, like, Kate would have these, you know, sorts of like statements to him that kind of felt like it was, you know, undermining him. And you would see, Will, I could see your heart breaking. Like, Jack's heart was like, oh, like, he's really hit like so hard sometimes, and he kept it inside. And I just thought that was so beautiful. The two of you, like, yes, I think like all that history you guys have really complemented these roles so well. And I loved seeing that heart, especially in the ending where, you know, I do wonder now going into possible season 2. I hope we do get a season 2 because this is a beautiful show. You know, after, you know, that lake incident, do we think that those two are actually okay and they're out of therapy and things like that?
I think so. I think they're reset in a better place. You know, I do think that one of the things we tried to show in this relationship specifically is like, yeah, sometimes part of being married a long time is you do accidentally hurt each other's feelings, and then you kind of have to like either just let it slide, or you have to reboot and start over, or do you pull it apart and talk about it? Like, they go through all those phases of like either just letting it slide. And I think at different times, all those things can be the right answer at different times. Like, you can't always unpack every single mistake.
Yeah.
But
and that's the other good thing is, while it seems like they're in a pretty good place, marriage you got to constantly work on. So you could, you know, for the purposes of this story, you could also get unraveled pretty quickly with one or two wrong moves.
I'm about to get I'm supposed to wrap in a minute. So I just wanted to ask Tina if we'd ever see 30 Rock reunion or revival. That show was everything to me, and I binged it.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I don't know. We are doing, I will pivot to say that we are doing a new show with Tracey Morgan, a pilot for Peacock, that if you're missing the flavor and joke density of 30 Rock, come check that out on Peacock sometime in the next year.
Well, I'm very excited about that.
2026 maybe, actually.
Well, sounds great. And Will, I just want to say congratulations for advocating on Coyote versus Acme, because everyone's very excited to see that.
Oh, it was the best news. Thank you.